Hello everyone, and welcome to this first video of the Three Rivers Challenge at my home. I'm Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and my challenges might look a little different from everyone else's, but that's what I love about this challenge is that it is very customizable. I am a frugal grocery shopper. I do not have a farm. I can some, but not a lot, but I do have a stockpile. And I have built that stockpile over time very slowly as part of using my monthly $500 grocery budget for our family of 6. And I have slowly accumulated things. I shop the sales. I am very intentional about what I stock up on. And I have a very full pantry and freezer and stockpile. So my challenge this month is that I am going to try to cut my grocery budget in half. I am still going to shop the sales because that's what I do. I love the sales. I love the deals. And that is how I am able to stretch our grocery budget for a family of 6. So I'm still going to be shopping. But my goal is to cut my budget in half to $250 this month. When I am shopping, I am going to focus mainly on buying our dairy products, any dairy products we need, some fruits and vegetables, and then if there are some really good sales, I will pick those up. But I am going to try not to use most of those sales this month in full honesty and disclosure because I want to work through what I have. So I'm going to go ahead. I just did a huge stockpile tour, and if you want to see that whole video, I will leave it linked below, but I'm going to give you a quick glance of some of the areas in my home so you can see what I have to work with this month, and then I'll share a couple other things about this challenge. But let me start by showing you my basement stockpile. This is just going to be a super quick overview for those of you who are new. Like I said, if you want to see the full tour, I will leave that link below and you can check it out and I'll go into detail about everything. This is our unfinished basement and this is just some of my stockpile here. You see some canned goods. There's our salsa and jam was up there, applesauce, some of our extra condiments. Apple juice here. The light isn't great in the basement. Lots of apple juice there. We have some applesauce cups I use for lunches. One of the things I am going to be trying to use for sure is in these boxes are potatoes. This is how I store potatoes. These were on sale for $1 for 5 pounds at Thanksgiving. They still look great storing them this way. Try to get you so you can see there a little better, but I am going to work on using potatoes this month. I have a couple boxes here and a video. I will leave a link to that video about how and why I store potatoes that way. And so then again, just some extra condiments here, but I'm going to go around here on these back shelves. Let me show you the rest of them. Really, I have just a couple things here, lots of paper products and black olives, some Kodiak mix and pasta sauce. There's my canning things there. Have to go around the water heater. So here's cookie cutters and paper products. I have some applesauce pouches and juice boxes, just some assorted things right here. And then I have this main shelf of all my canned vegetables, canned corn, lots of green beans because that's what we use, stocked up on the sales. I have a little bit of our garbanzo beans there and some creamed soups that I use for baking. I have some canned meats that I am working through, so I want to try to use some of that. Hot chocolate, non-fat milk, and some wine, and that's the rest of the basement stockpile. I do have bins of flour and sugar, so I can do plenty of baking. Let me take you upstairs and show you quick the other pantries. This is my main kitchen pantry. I do have some crystallized honey I want to work on using up, but again, this is just where we store crackers and homemade granola, different things like that. There's some peanut butter crackers and all our oats right there. And then on the bottom shelf, we have our pasta and rice, some couscous, some different assorted snacks from a long time ago we haven't really been eating, so I want to try to finish those up. We just really don't eat those a lot unless we're traveling in the summer. Applesauce pouches, popcorn, and then hot chocolate on this shelf. And then in my kitchen corner, I have these, my baking shelves, and this is really peanut butter and all my baking goods. So I have plenty of things ready to bake there, anything that I need to this month. I'm not at all concerned about that. Then this is where we store nuts, M&Ms for baking, some monster cookies, our chips for school lunches, and then mom's chocolate stash on the top shelf. Quick overview again, like I said, more details in that long video. There are chocolate chips in the Kilwins tins there, I keep them safe. And then the back one has more chocolate chips and that's oatmeal there. Protein powders and some different things. I don't have a ton of lemonade mix left. We should probably use that up. On this shelf here is where I keep my sugar and flour, and then I restock in the basement as I need to. Marshmallows, which were almost out. Here's my main canned goods. Again, anything that I need right there. Some mac and cheese, pasta sauce, tomatoes, chicken. This was cotton candy, one of my son's treats from Christmas that he'll be eating up there. Some cake mixes and olives, and then chips on the top shelf. And right next to that is what I have turned into our kids' storage here, but then this is where I store extra crackers. I really do want to use up those ice cream cones and graham crackers before they go bad. We have lots of Triscuits. We go through those regularly. Then I have a couple bit of taco shells right there, crunchy taco shells, as well as Ritz crackers for poppy seed chicken. I'll definitely be making that this month. If we go over here, lots of pasta. It is in 2 layers there. And then behind this Kilwins bucket here, which again is more chocolate and things. We bake a lot. I have lots of pasta there, a little bit of Oreos, and then these crackers were right there for the next time my son takes preschool snack. So those are the kitchen pantries. My goal is to treat my pantry like I normally do. I'm just going to keep using from it and restocking as I need. But my big goal for this challenge is to actually work through my freezers. And this is why I'm doing it. Let me show you how full they are, because I have 3 different freezers to show you. I'm going to start with our garage freezer, and you're going to see something I don't normally buy. It's all these frozen appetizers because they were $2.99. We did those for New Year's Eve, and they'll work for Super Bowl too. We have a ham in there, which we have 2 of those, so I really should cook one of those. Some frozen wassail, a little bit of fish sticks my husband likes, and pumpkin. We're going to try to eat a ham this month as well as use that wassail. And then I have lots of butter here, which that is just my stockpile for the year, so I'm not concerned about that. And this is what the garage freezer looks like there. A lot of Chex cereal, but that doesn't expire for a full another year, and we just randomly make Chex Mix about once a month for snacks right there. So that's fine. But this is my extra freezer. I use a lock, which I love. I will leave a link below. And this is decently organized, but this is where I store a lot of our things. I've got some canned pumpkin I just froze, or frozen pumpkin, excuse me. Some clearance meats I do need to use, so that's one of my goals, to use those. You're going to see a lot of these plastic containers, or a couple of them with baked goods from Christmas. I love freezing baked goods, and I will use those this month as we are entertaining. A couple frozen pizzas, a lot of pumpkin, and I have a fair amount of meat. I have raw chicken right there. If we take that down, behind it, you're going to see my raw ground beef. I have hamburger patties packaged that way. And then in the back corner, I do have 1-pound packages of a hamburger that is cooked right there. And then more baked goods in all these containers. We bought half a hog last year, so I still have a bunch of bacon, some sausage. The bacon, I'm not concerned. We will definitely keep using that. We'll try to rotate through a little more of the sausage. That's a cooked brisket we'll eat this month, and then some boneless pork chops. And on the bottom shelf are French fries and things, and a lot of blueberries that we definitely need to work through this month, because some of those have been in there a while. And then on the door, we just have a couple of assorted things that I should probably work through and just see what we can use. We've got some sausages, we've got some breads and peppers. We have some baked goods of the puppy chow or Chex Mix and peppers and brats. A little bit of yeast for all my bread baking, and cheese. I don't very often use shredded cheese anymore. I tend to just buy blocks and keep it in the fridge, so I would like to use up that. Some more baked goods and Chex Mix. Did you know Chex Mix freezes great? We love doing that. And then some soups, which I will eat for lunch. Now those are 2 of the extra freezers. Let me show you my kitchen freezer. Now my kitchen freezer here in the kitchen is definitely not well organized, because as you moms know, this is where we just throw all the things that you are putting there. I try to freeze leftovers so nothing goes to waste, and I really need to make sense of this and start using all these containers of leftovers, some bargain bread and different things. We're gonna start with this. This is the first place I'm gonna start tackling this month. So let's pull it out right now, see what I have, and I'll show you some of my first ideas and thoughts to use this freezer up. Well, I absolutely love, love, love having my extra upright freezer, and it saves me so much money. Is anyone else ever amazed by how much food can fit into a little tiny freezer? This was all in my freezer that is in my kitchen. So I have a lot of bread, and we're gonna just use it up. Now, I do bake bread for our kids' sandwiches and lunches. So I typically bake a loaf and then freeze it. And then I will even, after a day or two, whatever is not used, I will slice it and freeze it just so it doesn't go bad. I will grab it out of the freezer every morning and make sandwiches that way. I have some rolls to eat up though, some hamburger buns, which look old, so I will go ahead and make homemade croutons with that. That's my plan there. I bought these sliders to make pizza sliders, so that actually I have everything here that I need in the freezer. I've got my cheese and some extra sauce, and I've got pepperoni and salami, so I will make that this month for sure. I've got some almonds, which I just keep those in the freezer to stay fresh, so I'm not worried about that. Let's see, did I miss any other breads? Oh, pancakes. I have pancakes here because I make a double batch on the weekends, and the kids eat those throughout the week for lunches. I have some almonds already ground to make a coffee cake, so I guess I should use that up. And Oreos to make a cheesecake, already ground for the crust. And then this is just my ground flax that I store as an egg substitute. If you use 1 tablespoon of ground flax and 3 tablespoons of water, it works for an egg when you're baking. And with the price of eggs, it's really handy. So I always keep that in the freezer. Got a little tomato paste to use up and a sauce in a jar. Some frozen berries, which yes, they are getting frosty and I need to use those up. Cookie dough balls, either to eat or to bake. We'll use those. And sweets, that's never a problem, getting rid of those. But I do have some, like I said, more shredded cheese, which I'm just not using. So I need to figure out a good use of that. Some juice I had frozen before vacation. I'll just thaw that and we'll drink it. I have 3 cups of cream, so I really do need to use that up there that I had froze. I know it won't whip as well, but I can use it in baking. There's that other ham I mentioned that I need to use. There's some hot dogs and some little smokies. I have some crescent rolls in the fridge, which I'll go ahead and make those soon, again, for appetizers. Did you know avocado can freeze? This consistency changes slightly, but if you find a good deal, it can be really handy to do that. I've got a cheese ball I need to use up too, and then some more meats, ground beef here. I have a little bit of frozen vegetables to use. This is hamburger that's already cooked, like for a taco salad, so we'll use that. A couple leftovers in here. That will be first priority to use up those. It looks like a brat, some cheesy chicken, and let's see what's on the bottom there. Oh, ground beef. There, we'll make that with tacos soon. Red frozen raspberries, which I eat, so we'll keep working through those. And then I have this huge bag of strawberries that none of us really do frozen strawberries. So I'm thinking I might dehydrate them this month and see if we'll enjoy them better that way. Or give me some ideas for what to use frozen strawberries for. We're not really a smoothie family, so that one's out. And then garden peppers that were frozen there too. So that is what we have in the freezer, and that's what I'm gonna start working with. Let me put it back in quickly, get it reorganized, and then we'll talk for the rest of this challenge and what my goals are. Okay, everything's back in and it just looks so much better, and now I know what's in here. So let me show you what my plan is for this first week of the challenge. Now that I've gone through my freezer, this is what we have been eating and I'm planning on us eating this week. We started out the new year with chili and cornbread, pasta one night, easy meal. You'll see that again throughout the month. Pork chops from the freezer and baked potatoes, and then cheesy chicken. We used a gift card to get lunch after church on Sunday at Granite City, which was wonderful. Enchilada casserole, very easy casserole using ground beef from the freezer. With basketball games on a couple nights, I try to plan easy meals then. We're going to try a new recipe of Marry Me chicken from the freezer, and it uses cream, which is why I picked that recipe. We'll do tacos with the ground beef from the freezer as well. Sheet cake pancakes and bacon and hash browns for a fun kids dinner that night. We entertain teachers at our house once a month, and we do a lot of appetizers that I prepare. So I'll do sliders and a lot of those Christmas cookies and queso and a bunch of other snacks. And then Saturday will be leftovers. The leftover night may get flip-flopped this week, but stay tuned and I'll show you the meals we are eating this week. I'm excited to begin this challenge. This is the first time I have ever participated online with Jessica, but I'm looking forward to cutting my budget in half. If you are curious in seeing how I do this, you're welcome to join along throughout the coming month here. I will be cooking from scratch, but yes, I will be using some things from my stockpile. I will really be utilizing what's in my freezer. I will be using some convenience food, so it's a mixture of both. And again, I am giving myself that challenge to cut my budget in half to $250 for our family of 6, and that amount will be used to restock dairy for us, milk or eggs if we need eggs, although I am pretty stocked right now, as well as any fresh fruits or vegetables, and then if I see really good sales. Of course, if I buy the sales, I am going to try to tuck them aside for later, but I love shopping the sales, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. Could I do this as a total no spend month challenge for shopping from home? I probably could, but I really like shopping the sales. And this is how I built our stockpile on the budget. And because I know inflation prices are not going down, I really don't want to miss out on some of those sales this month. So this is my attempt and my version of a modified pantry challenge. Again, cutting my budget down in half, shopping what I have, using those things, and really working through my freezer especially. Throughout the month of January, I will be sharing one video a week related to this pantry challenge. So that will be in addition to my regular grocery hauls, which are every Thursday. If you want to see how I shop the sales, what I am buying in January, it's going to look a little different because I might show you some sales on things I'm not buying as I try to stretch my budget, but I'm still going to stock up on some of those sales. That's every Thursday. I have additional content on Mondays where I'm sharing, we're talking coupon apps, we're talking budgets, we're talking all sorts of things right now, so you can check that out as well. But once a week, I will try to have something related to this pantry challenge, including, yes, I am going to film our videos or film our meals for the whole week, and I will share those with you here on this channel too, so you can see what I am cooking from our pantry as I attempt to stretch our budget. If you follow the hashtag 3Rivers Challenge on YouTube, you will find a lot of other ladies participating in this challenge, as well as, of course, Jessica, who started this, and you can get a lot of different ideas if you want to check out some of those. I'm excited to join this challenge. It will definitely be a challenge, and I'm looking forward to getting back to meal planning and using up some of what I have stocked right now. As I leave, if you do want to check out that full stockpile tour, I'm going to put it on the screen here, and that shows you all the details of everything I have stocked, as well as toiletries and cleaning supplies. I didn't even get to that today, and how and where I store everything, so you can check that out too if you want. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.